All right, y'all, it's been about 3 weeks since I washed my hair. It's starting to itch. So let's jump into hair wash day because woo, I dragged this out entirely too long. I can't.
Cameras flashing, we the queens on the scene. Gloss pop.
Hey y'all, it's your girl DaishaXO and welcome back to my channel for another video. Today is going to be hair wash day. Y'all, I dragged this one out too long. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Oh, I had to take that headband off. So it is about 7:30 p.m. I am about to wash my hair. I'm going to show you guys all the products that I use, which really aren't branded products. They're products I put together for my hair. So I'll explain what they are. But I have to wash my hair. I've been procrastinating washing it just out of pure laziness. But my scalp is really starting to itch and flake. And that's how I know it's time for a hair wash. Now, I usually don't wash my hair every week. It's usually like a every 2 weeks type of thing. But one thing I do love about wash day is I'm able to do really good braid outs on wash day. I feel like my wash day braid outs look better than when I just do a braid out with like mousse. So guys, the first thing I'm going to start with is this Maya Rosemary Mint Strengthening Scalp and Edge Cleansing Oil. Now, I know it's some controversy surrounding Maelle. I like the products. She ain't never did nothing to me, so I'm gonna continue to use them. But I definitely use this sometimes throughout the week as well to clean up when I use edge control if it loads up on my edges. But it's just like an oil and I just dispersed it in my scalp. My nozzle is actually a little messed up. I need to get another one of these. It leaks low-key. But I just deposit it all over my scalp and rub it in. And this is just to break up some of the dirt in my hair, any type of flaking. It helps loosen it up. And I got this, you can get this from your local hair store, beauty supply, or I think I got this one from Marshall's or TJ Maxx. It was one of them. It was cheaper there. I started using this when I very first got my locks and I've loved it ever since. And this is my third bottle of it. So I actually use this a lot. And I just get everywhere. Make sure you're getting in the back, section your hair, and get it in there as much as possible. I do my edges really well because that is where a lot of my buildup is from edge control and stuff like that. And you just want to make sure you rub it in. I want a clean washcloth and dab it just so it's not a lot of like excess. This is optional because you're going to wash it out anyway, but sometimes it be dripping, so I just make sure I clean up any of the excess. Next, I'm going in with this apple cider vinegar spray. I made this forever ago. It's still a decent amount left. It's pre-wash spray. So it's apple cider vinegar, some cleansing oils in it, and I just spray my locks. And again, it's the same thing, just to loosen up any dirt, debris, any pieces of lint that's in it. And I just spray it all through. You're going to be very heavy-handed with this. It should saturate your locks. Ooh. And your scalp too. So you want to do your locks. I do the actual locks first and then go back in and go through the scalp. Take a break because your thumb will hurt from spraying. I get hand cramps when I spray for too long. And I'm sure I could put this in a better bottle, but this is just a bottle I put it in at the time. And just making sure I get in my scalp, get the ends, get the back. And you can feel like if it's damp or not, if you need more. Next, I just make sure my hair is like parted as middle as possible. One thing about my locks is they're not like perfectly centered from the braid pattern I did. So I just try to get them as centered as possible. Yeah, that'll work for now. Oh, I can't see. Wait, I don't think that's... No, that's right. Okay. So it's like a middle part, and then I part all the way down the back. So it should be half and half on one side. So now I'm gonna braid and band each side. I try to make these as equal as possible. It always don't work out. So from here, I'm just sectioning out. You can make your braids as big or small as you want them to. This is about enough for one braid. So you take it, split it into three like a normal braid. And I try to braid these super tight. You don't want loose braids. The braid out will look 10 times better if the braids are nice and tight. Braid and just braid it down. I try to braid it down all the way to the bottom because I have these really loose ends at the bottom. So you want to try to braid down as much to the bottom as you can. There we go. Keep braiding. So this is how far I got mine down. You're gonna grab a rubber band. I have another thing of rubber bands somewhere. I just didn't feel like digging for them. Take a rubber band. You're gonna take your lock. Always bunch it up to here so the end is flipped up. Take your rubber band and knot it. And you braid and banded your lock. So I just do that for both sides. So we're gonna go ahead and do that for both sides. Oh my god, my hands are cramping. So this is how it looks like all braided. I did 5 on this side. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 5 on the other side. Okay, this is how everything looks once it's braided. Yup. So everything's braided up. And then from here, I'm going to wash. So, of course, I can't show you guys how I wash it in the shower, but I just wet my hair. What I wish I could have showed you guys was the amount of dirt that came out of it. The water was brown. That's icky. I need to stop doing that to myself. But also, that's why the pre-wash spray is so important. It helps loosen up that gunk so it comes out a lot easier. But I'm going in with rice water and flaxseed shampoo. So, I just pour a generous amount in my hand. I'm moving this towel. It's irritating me. So I just lather. I start with my scalp and work my way in on the braids too. And of course, you can get more if you need more. I'm probably gonna need some more, but I try to start one side at a time to focus in that area. I don't know why I keep closing it. Does anybody else have that problem? They'll open something and immediately close it, even though they know in their heart they're gonna need it again. But make sure you're getting like the back. I like scrub. And make sure I'm getting like between the parts. And then start on the other side. One of these I left entirely too much hair out. Don't be like me. Braid it a little bit further down. But lather up each braid. Make sure you're getting in between each braid and section. Because your scalp is legit the dirtiest part. Here we go. So after that, I have this scalp scrubber. Tata Natural Beauty. I got this from TJ Maxx. And I just go in, make sure I'm incorporating everything in the scalp area. Yep, and just use this for about 3 to 5 minutes and just incorporate everything right there. Oh, that spot felt good. But you just want to make sure you get all the parts. Okay. And then I'm going to rinse this out with not hot, not cold, but warm water. We washed. Hold up, I needed my towel. Oh my gosh, the amount of dirt that came out of my hair. I cannot wait 3 weeks to wash my hair again. I legit need to go back to my weekly, bi-weekly routine because that water was icky. But my scalp feels a lot better. That cooling sensation you get from using the Lyle Rosemary products, I definitely feel that on my scalp, which lets me know like, she clean. But this is the easiest way for me to wash my locks, given that I have 300 of them. Just washing my hair out and not braided and banded is just not it for me. And I know they tell you after a certain point in time, you don't have to braid and band your hair anymore to wash it, but I do. I literally have braided and banded to wash my hair since I started my locks, and I'm not ready to give that up yet. But I just scrunch everything in a towel to try to get out all that excess water. Again, they're in braids, so it's gonna be a lot of excess water, but I try to get as much as I can out, especially because I'm gonna be sleeping in these. But I always try to do it at a time where I know it's gonna have some time to air dry before bedtime. One more big scrunch over here. I think that's good. So this is how they look after they're washed. My scalp looks a lot better, guys. Then I'm just gonna go in with some apple cider vinegar conditioner And I gotta make some more of this. But I legit lather everything with conditioner. So roots, braids, and just try to get up and down the entire strand of the braid. Do like 2, maybe 3 at a time on each side. Don't try to do a whole handful of all the braids on that side because it's not gonna work. Just 2 on this side with this hand. There we go. Try to just saturate the locks with conditioner as much as you can. And the locks, because locks are not as moisture absorbing, they're going to suck up that conditioner. Trying to get it in between the parts. But you can see it's not really super white. It's sucking up that conditioner. And then I leave the conditioner in like this. I just let it air dry. I don't wash again after this. I don't blow dry. This is it. I let this rock throughout the night. And then I'll take out the braids in the morning. All right, hours later, I finished washing my hair at 8 o'clock last night. It is now 10 o'clock the next day. So a little over 12 hours. No, that math is wrong. It's too late. It's been a while. So I'll just slip the rubber band out and then you're gonna unbraid it. Of course, some of it is still damp, but it's not sopping wet. And I didn't put a bonnet or anything on with it. I just let my hair be in the braids and I slept like that. So of course my roots, it's a little frizzy up top, but you can counteract that frizz if you sleep with a scarf or a bonnet on top. I just didn't feel like putting one on. Oh my gosh. Sometimes with my nails, when I braid it low, I can't get the braid out. There we go. Oh my goodness. Come on, fingers. There we go. The bottom of the braid is always the worst part to try to get out. There we go. Then we get to the top. And I feel like the smaller the braids, the more dry they are the next morning. The bigger braids in the back are definitely a little still damp, but it's not horrible. And this is just because I washed my hair on Monday. Had I had washed my hair on Friday or Saturday, I probably would have just left the braids in for like the entire weekend, but can't have everything you want. And as you can see, it curled up. I love a good braid out, y'all. It does it for me every time. There we go. Also, another thing, if you're in a rush and it is really damp, I would just take a blow dryer on low heat and just try to blow dry it a little bit. But that's only if it's super wet still. If your hair retains water a lot more than mine, and I would definitely recommend blow drying some of it. But if your hair is like mine and it's water adverse, you should be fine. My back is definitely more damp than my front, but that's where the bigger braids were, so I'm not surprised. But it's not like sopping wet, it's just a little damp. So this is what one side looks like all taken out. And it smells so good. That shampoo was needed. My hair smells a lot better, y'all. She was down bad. And again, like I said, the tighter you do your braids, the better your braid out will look. I try to make them as tight as I possibly can. And you can do braid out however you want. You can do more little braids. The more braids you do, the smaller they are, the tighter they are, the more curly it's gonna be. Sometimes I even do the braids, and after I'm done washing my hair, I'll put flexi rods in on top of the braids. But it's really up to you and what works best for you or what type of curl you're trying to achieve. I'm only expecting these to last a couple of days, so I didn't do flexi rod. I usually do the flexi rod if I want the curls to last longer. And how I manage my braid outs, I'm not going to rebraid them again unless I want them to last longer. If I want them to last longer than 3-4 days, then I'll probably braid them again every night. But I'm not pressed about the braid. I kind of like the wavy look. So all I'm going to do at night is just put my hair in a bonnet the way it is. And they'll last about 3 or so days. This is the last one. My hair. There we go. So that is how the braid out looks. Again, my scalp feels very clean, which I love. And at this point, you can style your hair however you could do. Oh my glasses. You could do the side part. You can clip it up, half down. When I do a braid out, I usually wear my hair down in some type of way. I'm actually gonna slap on a headband. I get these thin headbands from Walmart. I don't love when my hair is directly in my face. Sometimes I get like oversensitized when my hair is in my face. So I'm just going to slap on this headband and pull my hair all the way back out of my face. There we go. And that's how my braid out looks after wash day. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.